Okay. The old man nodded approvingly, but he didn't know what he was talking about. Boy, you still remember the 3 ringing heads by the river. It's vivid in my mind. You are willing to worship me as your teacher. Disciple Guan Ming, meet the master. Guan Ming kowtowed 3 times respectfully on the bed. Guan Ming, why are you kowtowing on the bed if you don't sleep at night? Lin Feng's words suddenly rang out. Guan Ming turned his head and saw Lin Feng looking at him like he was an idiot. Nothing. Guan Ming replied awkwardly, forgetting about Lin Feng's existence. Although I have only known Lin Feng for a day, he is a complete computer fanatic. He sits on the bed with his computer all day long, not knowing what he is tinkering with. Okay, I never accepted a disciple during my lifetime, but I didn't expect that I would get such a good disciple after my death. Even if my body cannot be reshaped, I am still worth it. The old man's cheerful laughter sounded in Guan Ming's consciousness. This was a joy that comes from the heart. Guan Ming still had many questions in his mind, and when he was about to speak, the old man spoke first. Guan Ming, I know you still have many questions in your mind, but I will give you these 4 words: don't ask too many questions. There are some things you need to know. I don't know if it's better for you. One day, when you reach that state, I will tell you everything. Now, all you have to do is to improve your strength. The divine art of Emperor Tian has been engraved in your consciousness. You can practice it on your own. If you encounter anything you don't understand, just ask me. Secondly, I will teach you all my skills. Learning medicine and refining medicine is one of them. By the way, I will give you a prescription. You can pick up the medicine tomorrow to prepare it. The body will be of great benefit to your cultivation and breakthrough. I understand, Master. Guan Ming had no choice but to agree. Well, you can just call me Mr. Gu from now on. From today on, you will start practicing the Emperor's divine art. Cultivation is like sailing against the current. If you don't advance, you will retreat. As for the secrets and essence of cultivation, I will also explain it to you one by one. Confused? Everything is calm here, but it's a different picture on the other side. Tang Lei was sent to the Tang family's private hospital. After diagnosis and treatment, it was determined that he was fine and he could recover with just rest. However, he could not have sex for half a year. Tang Lin stood beside the hospital bed and looked at his brother, with no expression on his face. Brother, why didn't Guan Ming die? Tang Lei asked in pain. He himself is a womanizer, and now he can't have sex for half a year. How can he accept this fact? The operation failed. The police have already suspected us. The police have always wanted to bring down our Tang family. They will not let go of the slightest sign of trouble. Naturally, they will not let go of such a good opportunity this time. I just received the news. The city has sent elites down. Please be honest during this period and don't let anything happen again, you hear me? When Tang Lin said this, his tone was unquestionable. I know, brother. Although Tang Lei was unwilling to do so, he did not dare to disobey his elder brother. You can rest in peace and recuperate. The limelight will be over soon. You can play with that woman however you want. Guan Ming, brother will also catch her and do whatever you want with her. Tang Lin said another sentence before leaving. On the top floor of the Haitian feast, Tang Lin looked down at the night through the glass. Behind him was Ah Si, who was standing cautiously. Ah Si, what's going on? Young master, I waited for Guan Ming at the sniper position according to the previous plan, but he avoided the bullet. I thought he was lucky, but he also avoided the second shot, and it seemed that he knew I would be there. It was like shooting at that point, and then he stared at where I was hiding, so he must have noticed it. Ah Si replied hurriedly. To be able to be the first to know the trajectory of the bullet, this Guan Ming is indeed not simple. I can't blame you this time. You should go and investigate the details of this Guan Ming immediately. The more detailed the better. Ah Si is an old man. Tang Lin doesn't believe that Ah Si dares to lie to him, and at the same time, he will not lie to himself. As for people who can avoid bullets, Tang Lin already has a guess, but he just needs to confirm it. Yes. Ah Si wiped the sweat from his head and stepped out respectfully. The next day, the message sent to Tang Lin contained only 4 words: no such person was found. As for Guan Ming, he did not go to class. Instead, he left school at the urging of Mr. Gu and gathered all his belongings together to buy medicine. Lao Gu, these 5 medicinal materials shouldn't cost much. In order to save money, Guan Ming rented an electric car, and then inquired about the largest traditional Chinese medicine store in Yangzhou City, and rode there. These are the most basic medicinal materials. I didn't even bother to look at them back then. Mr. Gu's answer was straightforward, and Guan Ming also felt that the money in his hand was enough. Dingchang Pharmaceutical, as the most authoritative and largest medical institution in Yangzhou City, has pharmacies all over the city, and this is the goal of Guan Ming's trip. As soon as he entered the medicine hall, he was warmly greeted by staff and took Guan Ming to the counter specializing in selling traditional Chinese medicine. I need these 5 herbs. Guan Ming handed the written prescription to the middle-aged man in front of the Chinese medicine counter. Young man, let me say something more. These 5 Chinese medicines cannot cure diseases when put together. Have you been deceived by quacks? Moreover, these 5 medicinal materials alone are of great value. The middle-aged man read the prescription several times and saw Guan Ming dressed as a student, and kindly reminded him. Guan Ming naturally believes in the reliability of the prescription, but in terms of price. Uncle, how much does it cost to catch these medicinal materials? There are 30,000 pomelo fruits, which are mainly used to treat bones. The turtle grass is 13,000 pieces. It is mainly used to treat limb weakness, kidney failure, etc. The total price is 128,000. The middle-aged man calculated and also enthusiastically analyzed the main functions of the medicinal materials for Guan Ming to distinguish between true and false. So expensive. Guan Ming's eyes widened. He was currently short of money. With less than 10,000 yuan, he couldn't even afford the cheapest ghost grass. Gu Lao, didn't you say it's worthless? Guan Ming asked Gu Lao. At that time, I had no idea about money, and I thought that a few thousand yuan for these basic medicinal materials would be enough. Mr. Gu was obviously a little embarrassed. After all, this was the first time he urged his apprentice to buy medicine. Young man, the therapeutic effects of these 5 herbs are different. Neutralizing them together will even destroy the original medicinal properties. If it is convenient, I suggest you let us diagnose you and then prescribe medicine for you. The middle-aged man was obviously very medical ethics, again kind advice. Thank you, but I just need these 5 herbs. I'll come back in 2 days. Guan Ming thanked him, took the prescription and left. The sky-high price for a single medicinal ingredient may not have been a big deal in the past, but now Guan Ming really can't get such a large sum of money quickly. Don't be discouraged, find a way to get money first. To put it lightly. Guan Ming was speechless. It was not 1 or 2,000, but 120,000. When he made human sandbags for a month, he only earned more than 10,000, of which 5,000 was given by Tang Lei. It seems that we can only start with Shi Wan'er. Guan Ming rubbed his chin and quickly made up his mind. This was also the fastest way he could think of to get money. At this time, because of Guan Ming, the school has gone crazy. First, Shi Wan'er came to see Guan Ming with a gift. When she learned that Guan Ming was not around, she left. Not long after, another red-haired beauty kicked open the classroom door aggressively. Guan Ming, get out of here. The visitor was naturally Ding Hong. Yesterday he got Guan Ming's photo from passers-by and found out Guan Ming's details. He found her today. Hey, I know this red-haired beauty. She is the eldest sister of the Hong Society. Why did she come to see Guan Ming? It turned out to be a red society, that's not black. Shoo. Hey, let me ask you, where is that bastard Guan Ming? Is he in this class? Ding Hong glanced at the classroom, and there was silence. Guan Ming didn't come to class today. Lu Tao glanced at Ding Hong and continued to lie back on the table. Ding Hong knew it was a bad time and had no choice but to give up. However, before leaving, he asked about Guan Ming's location, took out his dagger and carved 3 big characters on the table. After Ding Hong left, a beautiful woman wearing a sun hat and whose appearance was not inferior to either Xu Wan'er or Ding Hong appeared at the door of the classroom again. "Classmate, please help me call classmate Guan Ming." "Goddess, do you have anything to do with Guan Ming?" This classmate asked, his trumpet dripping all over the floor, looking up at this beauty who was about 1.8 meters tall. "I'm her friend and I want to ask him to have dinner with her." One sentence immediately broke people's hearts. Guan Ming instantly became the target of being cursed. 3 beauties appeared one after another and even allowed the single to live. "Sorry goddess, Guan Ming didn't come to class today." "Really? That's a pity. By the way, classmate, this is my phone number. If classmate Guan Ming comes, please give it to him and say I'll wait for her." The tall woman left a string of her own phone number. After the number, he left the campus under the gaze of adoration. And Guan Ming once again became popular in the school. Bah, a country bumpkin is so popular. Yi Gaochang spit out a mouthful of spit and cursed angrily, the corners of his eyes becoming sharp. I don't know which bad guy actually created a post anonymously to attack Guan Ming, and there was a lot of scolding below. This shows how powerful single dogs are. When he first returned to school, wherever Guan Ming passed, there were a lot of hostile looks. If looks could kill, Guan Ming was already riddled with holes. Back in the classroom, Guan Ming naturally became the center of attention again. He could only shrug and return to his seat. When he saw the 3 big characters on the desk, he slapped Lu Tao on the head. "Lu Tao, there's no need to be so cruel. You have a convulsion. Why are you filming me? I didn't carve the words, but these 3 words describe you, and they are indeed appropriate." Lu Tao glared at Guan Ming, obviously still angry about yesterday's incident. "If you didn't carve it, then who did it?" Guan Ming asked. "The eldest sister of Hongxi, Ding Hong." Lu Tao seemed not to want to see Guan Ming, and he always leaned on the table when talking. "Ding Hong? Sister, I don't seem to know such a person." Lu Tao did not answer Guan Ming, but threw a note with a number on it. Guan Ming was surprised again. "Whose number is this? Is there anyone else who wants to hook up with me? Given it to a woman I don't recognize." Guan Ming was even more confused. This was Ding Hong and a woman. How many women were they? "I said I want to treat you to dinner, so you can decide on your own." Because Lu Tao was Guan Ming's deskmate, the number naturally ended up in his hands. Although the boy who got the number didn't want to give it to Guan Ming, but thinking about Guan Ming's method of dealing with Tang Lei, he still decided to give it to him. There is such a good thing. By the way, what does that woman look like? Guan Ming asked casually, and he threw away the note. It's ugly. Then forget it. But immediately, Guan Ming thought of something again, smiled, and put his hand on Lu Tao's neck. Lu Tao, do you still remember the bet we made yesterday? Are you still afraid that I will default on my debt? Lu Tao narrowed his eyes. Although he was angry with Guan Ming, he was not the kind of person who was untrustworthy, and it was only a week's worth of food, which didn't cost much. Well, that's good. Let me do the math for you. I don't eat too much. A meal is 15 yuan. 2 meals a day is 30 yuan. A week is 210 yuan. You can convert it into cash and give it to me. Guan Ming smiled and stretched out his hand. Now is the time to spend money. No matter how small the mosquito is, it is still meat. It cannot be wasted. You. Lu Tao was so angry that he took out 200 yuan from his bag and slapped it on the table, then turned away. However, Guan Ming was chasing after the remaining 10 yuan, and Lu Tao took out another 50 yuan. He slapped his hand on the table, turned around and left. It seemed that he didn't even plan to attend class. Wait a minute. Guan Ming called out to Lu Tao. What else do you want? Lu Tao was holding back his anger at this time. After I've made the call, I'll return the phone to you and leave. Guan Mingyang raised the phone in his hand, and the number he dialed has already been connected. "Hello, who is this?" came an unusually pleasant voice from the other side. "Beauty, girl, I'm Guan Ming. I heard you want to treat me to dinner?" "Well, yes, Mr. Guan Ming, when will you have time?" "I have it now. I'll wait for you at the school gate. I believe you should know me." "Well, that's it, see you there or not." Guan Ming hung up the phone with a smile, walked over and returned the phone to Lu Tao, and then together we go outside. "Let's do this. I've covered all your food for this month. You can convert it into cash and give it to me." "Hey, don't leave so fast. At worst, I'll give you a discount." Guan Ming hugged Lu Tao's neck and smiled. He said, "Haven't you finished speaking yet?" Lu Tao left quickly. Shrugging, Guan Ming walked toward the school gate alone. Class was about to begin. The guard naturally stopped Guan Ming when he saw him. "Look, the plane." Guan Ming pointed to the sky with his eyes widened. When the guard realized that he had been cheated, Guan Ming had disappeared. After waiting at the school gate for nearly 10 minutes, a red Chevrolet car stopped, and a beautiful woman about 1.8 meters tall got out of the driver's seat. The sultry face made Guan Ming feel bad. "Hello, Mr. Guan, we meet again." The beauty walked to Guan Ming's side with a slight smile on her lips. "Xin Shui, how could it be you? You actually came to Yangjiao City?" No wonder when I heard this voice just now, I felt it was very familiar. It turned out to be her. "Master Guan, why don't you want to see me so much?" Xin Shui pursed her lips, pretending to be weak and pitiful, which made Guan Ming's mouth twitch. When he was in the provincial capital, Guan Ming was unable to cultivate his secret power, so he acted like a playboy on the surface, gathering a group of rich kids to race and fight all day long, and suffered a lot at the hands of Qin Shui. Guan Ming naturally launched a crazy offensive to pursue such a woman, but in the end he was disgraced and helpless. He didn't expect to see her again in Yangjiao City now. Isn't that true? I just didn't expect that Miss Qin would be so affectionate towards me that she would pursue me all the way to Yangjiao City. Guan Ming joked with a smile. Yes? Then I wonder if Mr. Guan would like to have a meal with the little girl? Qin Shui replied with a smile. Guan Ming would not believe that this woman's purpose was so simple. He had made so many dates without success, and now she invited him to dinner. She must have other purposes. Let's not talk about anything else, Miss Qin, let's talk about what to eat first. It must be to your liking. How much does it cost? Qin Shui was stunned. How could she ask these questions before eating? She also thought that Guan Ming was no longer a member of the Guan family, and she was embarrassed to pay for it, so she looked at her pocket. This is up to you, Mr. Guan, to decide. Since you said so, I'm not polite. Let's eat 1,000 yuan. Well, you are a woman and have a small appetite. You can eat 20%. I will eat 80%, which is 800 yuan. You give me the money. Let me just pretend that we have already eaten. Guan Ming shamelessly stretched out his hand. Qin Shui was stunned for a moment, then covered her mouth and chuckled. Young Master Guan, when did you become so humorous? We are forced by life. As long as we have eaten, give us the money and let's talk things over. Okay. Qin Shui was also cheerful. She counted 800 from her wallet and handed it to Guan Ming. Guan Ming took it happily and carefully distinguished the authenticity, which made Qin Shui roll his eyes. Ahem, let's get down to business now. Miss Qin came to me because she must have wanted to ask about my being sniped. In fact, I don't know who wanted to kill me. If Miss Qin can track me down, naturally, I am very grateful. If you can protect me personally, that would be the best. If you want to treat me to dinner next time, why not choose a different date and give it to me in cash? Guan Ming carefully handed over the money. He put it into his bag and looked around like a thief, as if he was afraid that someone would rob him. Qin Shui's face suddenly turned ugly. This was the reason why she came here this time. Because of the dispute between Tang Lei and Guan Ming, she finally got a handle on the Tang family. She didn't expect that Guan Ming would block her to death with just one sentence. Guan Ming, I hope you can have a good talk with me about this matter. Qin Shui said seriously. I really don't know. Since I don't want to eat, let's do this for now. I'm leaving. Guan Ming waved his hand, turned around and left. He wanted to deal with the Tang family. Now that he has many ways, it would be more enjoyable to do it himself. Qin Shui stood there blankly. She always felt that Guan Ming was different from before, but she couldn't tell. At this time, Guan Ming turned back and took out a red note. His face was extremely painful, and he changed it again. It turned into a $10 note and placed it in Qin Shui's hand. I don't want others to know what I am doing in Yangjiao City, and I also hope that Miss Qin will keep it a secret for me. Qin Shui looked at Guan Ming walking away and the $10 in his hand. She couldn't laugh or cry. Soon she clenched her fists. Guan Ming, don't try to slip away from my hand. Guan Ming didn't want to go back to school, but was thinking about where to get some money. Why don't you go grab it? No, it's too conspicuous. I heard that killers are very profitable, but that's no good. Mr. Gu said I'm an awesome cultivator. How about being a duck? Will it be fun and make money? No, it's easy. I'm sick. Guan Ming felt very entangled at this time, and he was really overwhelmed by the penny. Bah! The harsh sound of brakes made Guan Ming alert. He jumped to the side. When he turned around, he saw a black Saito and a red-haired woman holding a helmet and staring at him. Beauty, can you have a good ride? Guan Ming said angrily, thinking about whether to lie down. I heard that porcelain can extort a lot of money. But lying down now, it's obviously too fake. Son of a bitch, where's my dagger? Give it back to me. Ding Hong put his helmet on the reflector and approached Guan Ming menacingly. Ouch! Guan Ming suddenly squatted on the ground with his hands on his heart, his face was painful, and big beads of sweat fell from his forehead. Hey, what's wrong with you? Seeing that Guan Ming was in so much pain, Ding Hong didn't seem to be pretending, and was obviously a little anxious. I have a heart disease and I can't stand being frightened. When I was frightened by you just now, hiss. Guan Ming's face became distorted due to pain, and Ding Hong became even more anxious now. Let me take you to the hospital. Ding Hong hurriedly supported Guan Ming. She thought for a long time yesterday and was sure that Guan Ming saved her. Although Guan Ming's actions made her very angry, he was still her savior. So I wanted to take the dagger back and give him a severe lesson, and forget about it. I never thought I would encounter such a thing. It's okay, it's the same old problem. Just rest for a while. You go and get me some medicine, and I'll return the dagger to you. Guan Ming handed the prescription to Ding Hong and told her the address where to get the medicine. Ding Hong was no longer angry at this time. Seeing that Guan Ming's complexion had improved a lot, he asked him to go back and rest first while he took medicine. After Ding Hong left, Guan Ming no longer felt sore in his waist, his legs were no longer painful, his heart disease was cured, and his hair looked cool. Life is like a play, it all depends on acting. This scene was seen by Qin Shui, who had not yet left, and her face looked a little inexplicable. She couldn't help but let out a sigh, then got in the car and started to leave. As for Ding Hong, she took the prescription to Ding Chang Medicine Hall and asked specifically whether the prescription was good at treating heart disease. The middle-aged man who received the reception was still stunned when he heard this. Beauty, this is not a prescription for treating heart disease. I don't know what it does specifically. The young man was here yesterday, and he asked you to come today. Get some medicine. Well, he had a heart attack, so I came to arrest him. At this time, Ding Hong had already faintly felt something was wrong. Heart disease? The middle-aged man smiled. Beauty, have you been deceived by your boyfriend? He is very healthy, how can he have heart disease? Fuck! You bastard, how dare you lie to me? Ding Hong slapped her hand on the wooden counter. You can imagine her anger at this time. Do you still need the medicine? The middle-aged man obviously didn't expect that the beautiful woman in front of him would be so tough. Catch, why not arrest, and that bastard is not my boyfriend. Ding Hong glared at the middle-aged man, and the middle-aged man went to grab the medicine as if he understood.